Hi guys, it's Brian here from Excel Supersite with another tip for you. Today's tip is how do we shade every alternate row in Excel using conditional formatting. Now for those of you that have never heard of conditional formatting before, it's quite simply getting Excel to automatically change the formatting of our cells based on some sort of criteria that you specify. It could be the result of a formula or something like that. Don't get too hanged up on what it is. Conditional formatting can get quite complex. I'll just show you how to do this one particular trick, explain the formula we use and what results it's getting, just so that you can do it. It's nice and simple. Okay, let's kick off. So if you open up your data, as you can see I've got mine here on the screen. When you're first looking at it, it's very plain, if you're looking at the data, it can be very easily get confused between one row of data to the next, and it's just not that nice. Okay, so how do we easily and quickly fix that up? So we do that via conditional formatting. So to start off with, let's pick our first row of data. So if we pick from rows A5 through to E5, go up into the menu bar, click conditional formatting, go down to new rule. You'll see that this new formatting rule dialog box pops up. There's a whole heap of different options there on how you can format your cells based on a whole range of different things. The one for this particular trick that we want is this use a formula to determine which cells to format. So go ahead and click that. Then down into this text box down here where it says format values, where this formula is true. The little formula we'll put in there, look, I'll just type it in. Don't worry too much about it right at the moment. I'll explain what it does in a second, but just type it in to start with. So it says equals mod row comma 2 equals 0. Now before we move on and explain what that is, one last thing we have to do in this little box is change our formatting. So if this formula equals true, what do we want our formatting to actually look like? So click on the format button, and in this particular case what we're going to do is change our background color to a pale shaded sort of grey color. So we'll click that, then hit OK, and we get a preview of what it's going to look like once this formula is true down the bottom. Now just to explain this formula a little bit, it's broken up into two main components, I suppose. We use the mod function and also the row function. Quite simply, the row function, it's nice and simple. All it does when you're using it, it just returns the number of the row for the active cell that we're currently in. So at the moment you can see we've got row 5 selected, so the result of this particular formula equals 5. Now the mod function, what it does, it returns the remainder when you do a division. Okay, so it may sound a little bit complicated, but it's quite simple really. So to read this, it says, okay, return the remainder of row number, in this case it's number 5, divided by the number 2. So 5 divided by 2 equals 2.5, but the mod part, all we want is the remainder component of it, so that's the 0.5. So it's saying, does 0.5 equal 0? In this case it equals no, so therefore this formula is not true, so therefore the conditional formatting won't come into play. If we jump down to the next row, row 6, so when we evaluate the row, in this case we're going to get a 6. So mod row 6 divided by 2, so 6 divided by 2 equals 3. The mod component of that is like the 0, so it's 3.0, so it's the 0 part. So it's saying, does 0 equal 0, which is yes, therefore it's true, so therefore it's going to apply this formatting to that particular row. Okay, let's hit OK and we'll see what the actual result looks like. Okay, so at the moment all we're doing is applying to that one particular row. Now we have to apply that to all the rows underneath. So we copy that. So you can either hit Control C or just click a little copy button up there. Select the rest of the data that we want to apply this to. So I'll just select all there. And when now I don't want to just paste, because if I paste it's going to copy those values as well. I want to actually paste special and just paste the formatting. So if we go paste, paste special, and click the little format option and hit OK. Now I'll just click off. So as you can see now, probably makes a little bit more sense to you before. So when I was typing got equals mod row divided by 2 equals 0 as the conditional format, you can see in this particular case we've got the row component equals 6, 6 divided by 2 equals 3.0, the mod component or the remainder, the 0.0 equals 0, so 0 equals 0, so it's true, hence it puts the shading at the background. Nice and simple. Okay, so that's about it for this tip. One little extra little thing, if for argument's sake you wanted to, I don't know, say shade every third row or every fourth row, that can easily be done by just changing this value here. So instead of having a 2, have it every 3, so that'll shade every third row. Put 4 every fourth row. Just to show you what I mean, if we come in here, we'll go and change our conditional formatting. So instead of 2, if we put in 3 this time, hit OK, go apply, and now as you can see it's shading every third row. If we wanted to, we could change that even further. Change that to 4 if we like. Hit apply, and you can see, as you can see, it now jumps to every fourth row. So it's very simple, very effective little tool for highlighting every particular row. But the one I use all the time is every alternate row. Just makes your data nice and easy to read. And apply. There we go. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed this tip, and until next time, cheers.